Ethan Winters, the bare-bones cardboard protagonist of the saving grace of the once-dead Resident Evil franchise, was quite possibly one of the biggest problems with that game apart from its second half. Resi 7 was successful because of its antagonist, atmosphere, and the first half. Ethan being a nonchalant queen really did not help immerse me in this story. His payoff didn't matter to me. The emotions that should have hit me because of Ethan during either of the two endings of this game were disappointingly absent. The protagonist is ideally supposed to be someone that the audience can either invest emotionally into or be their stand-in. Ethan is neither. He has enough personality that you can't self-insert yourself, plus it wouldn't work with the pre-established characters and their relationships, but he was not interesting or reactive enough to be a good protagonist and a good character on his own. So due to these reasons, I wasn't excited to play Resident Evil Village because I thought that this first-person thing with the action survival genre wouldn't work out for me, and that I didn't give a flying fuck about Ethan Winters. And fortunately, it turned out that I was wrong on both of my claims, because not only does Resident Evil Village slap, but Ethan Winters was a surprisingly compelling character. Just to clarify, I do not like the overarching story of this game, and the antagonists are not as good as the Baker family, but they are still fun and interesting, well, at least 3 out of the 4. But the greatest strength of this game are the gameplay and Ethan, because this time my boy has thrown his bullshit alpha male nonchalance to the wayside and embraced the ways of the mythical emotions. Despite his primary cellular component being mold, Ethan is now more human than ever. I love how you can feel Ethan's frustration and anger throughout the game. He was living a somewhat peaceful life with his family, and out of nowhere this knobhead shows up and gives his wife a fulminant lead poisoning, kidnaps his child and orders you to promptly cease asking incredibly logical questions, knocks you out, and then manages to not only lose your child but strand you out in the very location that he should be keeping you away from. Chris is a whole moron and a half in this game, but we won't get into it here. Ethan is in shock, believing his wife Mia to be dead and his child missing. Ethan faces the trailer for the horrors to come and barely makes it to Luiza's house, the last bastion of safety in a village decorated with the corpses of men and beast alike. Ethan saves Elena and her father and escorts them to a safe house, but it all falls apart as Elena's father turns into a Lycan. His onslaught is interrupted by Elena with the holy shotgun of step the fuck back, but as the two of them escape this fiery hell pit, Elena falls victim to a crispy death. And the dam inside Ethan's mind cracks. It all comes pouring out in a fit of rage as Ethan bangs his incredibly tender and fragile hand on the side of the windowsill as he processes all that has befallen him in the past 12 hours or so. His daughter is nowhere to be found, his wife is no longer of this world, and he is stranded out in the middle of nowhere with halitosis enthusiasts. I've seen some people say, why does Ethan have such a visceral reaction to a random person dying but not his wife? And to that I say, come on guys. Ethan is still in a state of shock. He was knocked out for fuck's sake and then stranded with his daughter nowhere to be found. He's compartmentalizing everything so that it doesn't fall apart before he can save his daughter. That barrier just happened to crack after experiencing this bullshit and the death of several human beings just trying to survive this madness. The theme of family is central to the story of this game. Our antagonists are basically an incredibly dysfunctional family with strife suffused into every thread, and a mother who truly does not give a fuck about any of her children except the one who isn't there. Mother Miranda has committed atrocities, abducted and mutated people for the sake of resurrecting her daughter Eva into a suitable vessel. Unfortunately, that vessel is Rosemary Winters, Ethan's daughter. After meeting the Rogues Gallery, Ethan is more resolute than ever to bring fire and brimstone to anyone who has hurt or is planning to bring harm to his daughter. The first target being Alcina Dimitrescu and her daughters Bella, Cassandra, and Daniela. In search for his daughter, Ethan was about to end the entire line of House Dimitrescu. Alcina genuinely loves all 3 of her children, but that love is tainted because much like Alcina was a victim of Mother Miranda, the 3 serving girls became a vessel for Alcina's need for love. The poor girls were implanted with the Kadu parasite, and over time they became an amalgam of blowflies that believe Alcina to be their mother. The interactions with Lady D after killing her daughters are incredibly efficient at conveying the grief and anger that she feels. And similarly, Ethan's rage is apparent. He is sick of bioweapons made by arrogant megalomaniacs interfere with his family.
You ungrateful, selfish wretch! You come into my house! You lay your filthy man hands on my daughters! And now you even try to steal my property! How dare you! Rest while you can! Because I will hunt you, and I will break you!
Go ahead, do your worst. Looks like your outside matches your inside. Son of a bitch.
After Ethan reunites Lady D with her daughters, he comes across a strange container, and I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
Why, you have your daughter right in your own hands.
What are you saying?
Take a closer look. That flask seems to contain her head.
No. What?
Rose is...
Don't say another word! This is impossible! This just can't be!
Your daughter's essence is still intact. Her powers are truly unique.
Who could even do this?
She can be saved, you know.
Saved? From this? Are you insane?
There's a house with a red chimney on the western side of the village. Go and seek out the man who lives there. Then we can continue our conversation.
Quit holding out and get to the damn point!
You don't have to trust my words. But do you have any better options? Your choice. The customer is always right. After all.
You'll pay if I find out this is a lie. Fucking Joker.
I think it was from this moment on that I became locked in for Ethan's story. We then head on over to pay a visit to the town drug dealer Donna Beneviento, and the events inside her manor reveal Ethan's fear regarding Rose and leave both the player and protagonist uneasy about the future. Next up, Ethan has to deal with Moreau, and for that we mosey on over towards the smelly part of town. All jokes aside, I think Moreau's section is okay and the boss fight is pretty meh, but I think maybe Moreau is meant to represent the manifestation of Ethan's fear regarding Rose. Moreau is shunned due to how he looks and how desperately he wants to fit into his family. Despite his efforts in creating powerful weapons and creatures like the Varkolak, he isn't given any time of day by anyone. What if Rose turns out to be a monster, or even worse, what if her powers or whatever anomaly bound for her completely ostracizes her from the world and maybe even her father? The next lord on the chopping block is Heisenberg. Ethan refuses Heisenberg's offer for an alliance because, well, his passionate hatred towards Miranda is a bigger liability than an asset. He would likely sacrifice Rose if it meant getting his revenge on Miranda, and despite all that, Ethan Winters is a devoted and loving father. He would rather die than agree to put his daughter at risk.
You don't want to find out what's in that hole.
I'll take my chances.
You're futile.
After wrecking Heisenberg and his army of cardiothoracic surgeons, Ethan is promptly relieved of his heart by Miranda. Believing Ethan to be neutralized, Miranda makes her way to the ceremony site. But Ethan walk him down Winters was not done, literally rising from the dead to save his daughter once his true nature as a molded was revealed. Ethan was aware that he can never go back to the world that he craved. All he could do was provide Rose the opportunity to live life for herself. So he dressed through the metamycete hell with no heart in his chest, and he prevailed, leaving Rose his jacket, believing that he had failed her. He had promised to always be there for her, and yet here he was, the trigger for Armageddon in hand. This ending couldn't have hit this hard if it wasn't for the significant improvement in Ethan's writing and voice direction. Shadows of Rose wouldn't be half as good as it is without this ending. Playing through that DLC, I immediately knew that Ethan was Michael, but it still got me in my feelings when he shows Rose his memories so that she can be aware just how much love her father has for her. He can't stand to see Rose believe that she is a freak. I started tearing up as we made our way through each memory. This simply wouldn't be possible with the Ethan of Resident Evil 7. I literally screamed out loud when Ethan saved Rose from Mother Miranda and as both father and daughter made their escape from the cave. Ethan sacrificing himself so that Rose can escape and be free of her powers. In that moment, all of Ethan's labor and love prevails over Miranda's obsession, as Rose takes up the mantle of her powers and puts an end to Miranda to save her father's soul, leading to a beautiful ending with a Winter's Saga.
Sweetie?
Oh my god!
You're so grown up now. And even though I wasn't there with you, I've always watched over you. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you.
All you've ever done is protect me.
No. Not this time. You lost your chance. I'm so sorry.
No. It was my choice. And I don't regret it one bit. If I had left you, then we never would have had this chance to talk face to face. So it's okay. I'm okay.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you. I love you, Rose.
I love you too, Dad.